So there we have it, cold brew Cut. Coffee. Hi guys, I'm Luke, the pizza pilot. Today we're going to be making the most amazing tiramisu dessert pizza using cold brew coffee liqueur. First up, we're going to make the coffee liqueur Italian meringue. So grab your coffee liqueur and your caster sugar. Just tip that in. We're then going to put that over a medium heat. Just give it a little stir. And using a meat thermometer or an instant read, just pop that in there. And we're going to be bringing that up to about 120 degrees Celsius. It should take just a few minutes. Then grab your egg whites, literally just pour that in, and we're just going to turn it on a medium speed until the eggs just start to bubble a little bit. So we're looking for 120 degrees on here. When we get there, we're going to be pouring it straight into the stand mixer. When the sugar's all in, we're then going to turn up to full speed. We're just going to mix that until some peaks form, and you should end up with a nice glossy Italian meringue. Something like that. You can do this a day in advance as well if you want, so you can just scoop that into a container, pop that in the fridge, it'll be absolutely fine for a day. The Italian meringue is completely optional, you don't have to do it, but if you do want that little bit of sweetness and you really can't be arsed, you can use fluff. But don't, I didn't say that. So once you've got your Italian meringue, we're going to be making a caramel sauce with the coffee liqueur. Really simple, just get some of the caramel sauce or spread that you've managed to get hold of. If you can't find any, you should be able to. It's fairly easy, but if you can't, you can always make this yourself. Literally just put that in a bowl, tip in a little bit of cold brew coffee liqueur, and literally just give that a really good stir, or whisking it until that's all blended together. So you should have something like this. So now we're going to make the custard sauce base. So this is a mix of vanilla custard, mascarpone, and a bit of this cold brew coffee liqueur. Basically just pour all three into the same bowl, and we're just going to mix them through. Look a little bit funny when you start to stir it, but just keep stirring until again it comes together. So just keep going until all the lumps are gone. And that is it. Prep all done. Now it's time to make some pizza. So get yourself a dough ball, standard dough ball, nothing special about it. This one's about 245 grams. Hydration is about 61%, and it has been proving for about 20 hours now. If you need any recipes or advice when it comes to making dough, head over to the Gozney website, and there's a couple of recipes on there that should sort you out. Get your dough ball, it's been pressed out in some 00 flour, and we're just going to open it up. I press it out like this, and then slap it open slightly, so Neapolitan style. You can put it on the back of your knuckles, or you can always just literally grab it like that. Doesn't really matter. So just stretch that into a nice big circle, and we're ready to make some pizza. So first up, we've got the custard, mascarpone, and coffee mix. Go on there with a nice big dollop in the center, and just spread it out, back of your spoon, nice and evenly. I like to leave about an inch and a half around the outside for the crust to puff up nicely. And that's pretty much it. We're now going into the oven with this. So grab your peel. If you find your dough sticking, easiest thing to do is just put your dough ball before stretching out into a nice big pile of flour. And also a little bit of flour just on your peel will also help it stop it sticking. So just pull that across onto the peel and just stretch that out. So Roccbox is at about 430 degrees at the moment. Just put it onto full power, and in we go with the pizza. Just keep an eye on the crust nearest the flame. Looking for a little bit of colour, and then we're going to start thinking about turning the dough. If you get any bubbles in the centre, you can see now it's just puffing up slightly. You can warm up the peel just a bit, which helps it. And just ease it underneath, and just carefully give it a turn. Just lift it up in the centre, and it should stop it from puffing up and bubbling too much. So I do a 180 turn, get some colour on the other side, and then we'll just start turning it until it's nicely evenly baked. So you'll find that the top will caramelise a little bit. It'll look quite dark, but that's absolutely fine. And then when it's pretty much done, we'll just remove that now. We're not done yet, so I'm just going to put that there. So we've got our pot-baked pizza here, so now we're going to load it up with our extra toppings. So we're going to start with Italian meringue we made a little bit earlier. Some nice little spoons, just pop them on there. Go completely random, doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to go with 4 little spoons of the stuff. Before we put the rest of it on now, just gonna pop that back on the peel and we just flash it in the Roccbox, just get a little bit of colour on the meringue. Just hold it in there for about 5 to 10 seconds. I'm just looking for a little bit of colour just on the top of the meringue. So it's just starting to colour there. Give it a little turn. And that is it. Back onto there. So now, We're going to take some chocolate coated coffee beans, just scatter those around. We got some caramel sauce with the coffee liqueur that we made earlier. Just gonna give that a little drizzle. And then we're gonna finish it off with a good hit of dark chocolate. This is 70% dark chocolate, so a little bit bitter. And then just a little bit of white chocolate to finish it off. So there we have it, cold brew coffee liqueur tiramisu dessert pizza. Let's get stuck in. Pretty good. For the full recipe, head over to Gozney.com.